Tonight on the update, President inaugurates OT Region. He presents 8 vehicles to the OT Regional Coordinating Council. Creation of OT Region. OT Region shall never forget you. Krachira to President. I was killed over snails. Murdered Isiakwa teacher's dying words. Ban on fishing. Fishermen finally agreed to accept closed fishing season. The 4th Ghana CEO Summit. Vice President to address CEOs and heads of state. And Burna Boy quits social media. Artist dedicates accounts to music career. Good evening to you. We are glad to have you join us here on DGN and streaming live on Facebook. This is The Update and my name is Godwin Nambo. Thank you. President Akufo-Addo has inaugurated the newly created OT region at the regional capital, Dambai. The president presented 8 vehicles to the OT Regional Coordinating Council, promised to ensure equitable allocation of resources, including office infrastructure, for accelerated development. At a grand derby at Dambai to mark the inauguration, President Akufo-Addo said a development plan for all 6 new regions had been drawn and will be pursued towards bridging the development gap. The vehicles, which include 3 Nissan Patrol SUVs and 5 pickup vehicles, were presented to the OT Regional Minister Kwesi Owusu-Yeboah. He recognized the resilience and the restraints the people of OT exhibited during the clamor for the new region and asked them to remain united for rapid growth. Quoting the president, he stated, "You voted peacefully, you respected the law. Despite all the threats of violence, unnecessary language, you held your cool. Ghanaians are grateful. You have brought honor to us and God will bless you in abundance." The president asked the workers to be posted and engaged in the new region to work hard and help open up the areas for development. President Akufo-Addo also said government was in talks with a Dutch firm on the construction of a bridge over the Oti River, expected to take off by 4th quarter of 2019. President Nana-Addo later cut source for the construction of an administration complex for the OT Regional Coordinating Council and the construction of the Dambai town roads. He also called on chiefs to willingly release lands for developmental projects. Let's stay on the OT region. The paramount chief of the Krachi traditional area, Nanampra Besamuna III, has expressed the appreciation of the chiefs and people of the newly created OT region to President Akufo-Addo for fulfilling his 2016 campaign promise and facilitating the creation of the region. He said, "As at now, we can only use our mouths to say thank you. Ayeko, but God Almighty will reward hard work. We are sure will reward you at the appropriate time for your hard work in OT region. We shall never forget you," the chief told President Akufo-Addo. Nanampra Besamuna was speaking at a derby held in honor of President Akufo-Addo at Dambai, the capital of OT region, on day 2 of his working visit to the newly created region yesterday. He was hopeful that the creation of the OT region will deepen the decentralization of governance with all the related benefits in terms of human and material development. The Krachi Ura noted that as major stakeholders, Nananum and RC members will continue to play a very active and meaningful role in the development of the OT region. A sad story. It has emerged that the 57-year-old head teacher of Isiakwa Salvation Army Basic School in the Buakwa South Municipality of the Eastern Region, George Sumwa Busumpim, was murdered over some stolen snails. George Busumpim was brutally beaten to death, revealed ahead of his death that the 6 boys carried out a reprisal attack on him owing to a dispute over snails 3 years ago. In an audio recording circulating, the teacher narrated how he suffered at the hands of the 6 boys who have been remanded over the murder case. The late religious and moral education teacher, in his police statement, said he did not travel to the information center to warn the suspects to desist from defecating on the school compound as reported earlier. Rather, the audio recording revealed that the 6 suspects used broken chairs to hit him mercilessly, which perhaps resulted in his death. DGN gathered that the school has a snail farm which was encroached by some youth in the community. The youth also used the school compound for immoral activities such as smoking of weed and sex at night. The sacked suspects were said to have been arrested by the Chebi police 3 years ago after an investigation conducted by the deceased and 2 other teachers. But instead of prosecuting them, some opinion leaders intervened and the suspects were made to pay for the cost of the snails. The Kebbi District Magistrate Court on Tuesday remanded the 6 suspects in prison custody. The 6, Richard Amening, 18, Miracle Emmanuel, 19, Philip Kodier, 19, Ofei Frimpong, 19, Ezekiel Bwedu, 20, and Ivan Sabwaji Elias Otega, 19, are facing charges of conspiracy and murder. Moving on, fishermen in the country's coastal areas are enforcing the closed season 1-month ban imposed on fishing, which came to effect yesterday. Chief fishermen in the various fishing communities along the coastal belt in the country have consented to the principle to deal severely with fishermen who flout the closed season laws. The chief fishermen made this known at a forum with officials of the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development and the Fisheries Commission at Winneba, after which a symbolic ceremony was held at the beach to officially close the sea with a padlock. The chief fishermen made it clear to the fishermen operating in the communities that the closure of the season was for their own welfare and the nation at large, and that they should abide by the laid down laws to ensure a boost in the industry. Addressing the forum, Atu Kujo, Deputy Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture, recalled reasons which necessitated the implementation of the closure law, explaining that it was to ensure proper, effective and sustainable management of the sea product to provide continuous bumper fish catch in the country. Deputy Central Regional Minister Thomas Ejay Bafo stressed the need for all fishermen in the country to support government by strictly adhering to the directives for all Ghanaians to achieve the maximum benefits of the closure. Meanwhile, Nana Kojo Kondua VI, Paramount Chief of Elmina, called on fishermen to abide by the laws governing the fishing business and advised leaders and members from the various fishing communities to communicate the good news to their colleagues. Now, the 4th edition of the annual Ghana CEO Summit, the foremost business conference for CEOs in the country, is here again. The summit, slated for May 20th and 21st, is set to bring together business leaders, top-tier business executives, diplomats, investors, policymakers, as well as development experts. The summit will be held under the theme, The Futuristic Economy, Technology-Driven Future of Business and Governance for Economic Transformation, where the special guest of honor, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, will address top chief executive officers. In an interview with Terry Mante, the PR and Media Affairs Manager of the Ghana CEO Summit, he described the summit as an avenue that would address the key strategies that would leverage the fast pace at which technology is controlling the world in relation to the businesses and economy as a whole.
We know that the world is on the threshold of economic transformation, where businesses and jobs and business models and economies are changing significantly. So we are exploring issues like how are we going to measure growth in the new economy? What are the changes that are likely to happen? What strategies should we put in place to ensure that we are able to leverage the changes that are happening all around us? Because there is 3D technology, there is artificial intelligence, there is robotics, and all these things are significantly changing the landscape of business and governance. So we want to see how we are going to meet those challenges and those opportunities in the future.
Ernest de Graaf Ejie, founder of Ghana CEO Summit, envisions that the unique top-tier thought leadership will enable the private sector in Ghana and Africa engage in thought-provoking discussions, network, exchange, and explore experiences in businesses and broker partnerships. This year's summit, which is due to take place at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City in Accra, is committed to unlocking Ghana's economic potential by championing private sector-led growth. Time for some international news. Now, don't be surprised if you find less Americans in the southern African country of Zimbabwe, because the United States of America has issued a stern warning to its citizens planning to travel to the country. This, the United States explained, is due to civil unrest and increased levels of crime. In an official release on Tuesday, the USA issued a notice titled Zimbabwe Travel Advisory Level 2, Exercise Increased Caution. Quoting the release, it read, "Violent crime such as assault, carjacking, and home invasion is common. Smashing the windows of cars with the intent to steal, which can harm the driver or passengers, is also common. Local police lack the resources to respond effectively to serious criminal incidents. Read the safety and security section on the country information page. In what was a good advice, Americans were encouraged to stay alert and avoid openly displaying cash, stay away from political rallies, demonstrations and crowds, as well as monitor local media for breaking events and to be prepared to adjust plans. They were also further dissuaded from carrying original copies of their passports and visas. Zimbabwe has seen a high increase of criminal activities, especially in Harare, due to escalating levels of poverty. This one And to wrap it up with entertainment, in recent times, Burna Boy has used his social media platforms as a tool to speak out against oppression of the working class by the political elite, which his fans attributed to the influence of Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti in his life. Damini Ogulu, popularly known as Burna Boy, has announced his permanent departure from all social media platforms. The Nigerian singer made this known on his Instagram story late Tuesday evening, where he disclosed that his social media will now be run by management and content will strictly focus on his music. In April this year, the singer lamented on Nigeria's hopelessness, saying our recycled leaders don't care about us. Announcing his departure from social media completely, Burna Boy wrote, "I'm leaving all social media platforms permanently. They are now all strictly for my show dates and new music. My social media will now be in full control of management. Love and positivity to all." Angelina, you be cool in my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver. I no go fall in your hand never. On that Burna Boy note, we'd like you to check out our website at dailyguidenetwork.com for more stories, or get interactive with us on social media via Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Daily Guide Network. The update is brought to you by Diamond Cement and powered by Press Express. For all your delivery needs, call Press Express today. Many thanks for watching. My name is Godwin Nambo. Have a good evening.